The divine promise of transformation is upon you, for Psalm 30:11 declares, "You have turned for me my mourning into dancing, you have loosed my sackcloth and girded me with gladness." These words are not mere poetry, they are a prophecy, a vibration resonating with the truth of the unseen. They whisper to your soul, urging you to prepare, for your time has come. God is about to shift the very axis of your existence. Imagine, if you will, the power of a seed lying dormant in the soil. In the stillness of its weight, nothing outwardly changes. But deep within, unseen by the eye, a divine transformation unfolds. So too is your life. Perhaps you have endured seasons of sorrow, walking through valleys where joy seemed distant. Yet even in those moments, the divine was preparing the soil of your heart, nurturing the roots of your destiny, unseen but certain. This change that is promised, this dance of joy replacing mourning, is not arbitrary. It is birthed through your imagination, your faith, and your unwavering belief in the unseen. God's plans are not random, they are precise and intentional. To align with them, you must prepare your mind as the potter prepares the clay. Do not wait passively, hoping for a miracle to descend. Instead, see yourself already living in the joy you desire, already walking in the fulfillment of the promise. The course of your life is not dictated by external circumstances, but by the consciousness you hold within. When you feel as though life is stagnant, remember that God operates in realms far beyond the visible. Your sackcloth, your mourning, your burdens, these are not your identity. They are the temporary states from which God is lifting you. In their place, He is clothing you with gladness, a garment woven from faith and expectancy. What does it mean to prepare? It means to think, to feel, and to act as though the promise is already fulfilled. Do not dwell on what has been or what appears to be. The past has no power over the promise, and the visible is but a shadow of what is unfolding. Look with eyes of faith, for what you perceive as your reality is but a reflection of your beliefs. Shift your inner world, and the outer will follow. God's timing is perfect, and His ways are beyond comprehension. Yet He invites you to co-create with Him, to step boldly into the promise of a life transformed. As Psalm 30:11 assures us, this is not a distant dream but a present truth, waiting for you to claim it. Your mourning is turning to dancing even now. Your tears are watering the soil of joy. Let the words of this psalm sink deep into your being, not as distant scripture but as a living, breathing promise. God's hands are already at work, altering the course of your life. Trust the unseen, for it is more real than the seen. Your time has come, get ready, for the course of your life is changing before your very eyes. You stand on the brink of a divine shift, a moment where the invisible becomes visible, where promises once whispered in the silence of your heart take form in your life. Psalm 30:11 is not just a scripture, it is a declaration from the Creator Himself. It is a reminder that the same power that spoke light into existence is now moving in your favor. Can you feel it? The currents of change are stirring. God's work in your life is not limited by what you see or understand. The natural mind may wrestle with doubt, asking, how can this be? How can my mourning turn to dancing, my burdens transform into gladness? But faith operates on a higher law, one that defies logic and dismantles impossibilities. It asks you to see with your inner eye, the eye of your spirit, which perceives what is not yet visible. Close your eyes for a moment and feel the truth of these words, "You have turned my mourning into dancing." Do not merely hear them, embody them. Imagine the heaviness you've carried for so long melting away. See yourself dancing not timidly, but with unrestrained joy, as one who has seen the hand of God alter the fabric of their reality. This dance is not just a metaphor, it is a manifestation of the freedom that is already yours in spirit, waiting to unfold in your life. Every experience of pain, every moment of loss was not wasted. They were the chisels in the hands of the master sculptor, shaping you into a vessel ready to receive His glory. The tears you've cried, the prayers you've whispered in the stillness of night, they were not ignored. Each one was a seed planted in the soil of divine timing. And now the season of harvest is upon you. Do not dismiss the small beginnings, for within them lies the potential of great transformation. As the psalmist declares, God has loosed your sackcloth and girded you with gladness. Sackcloth, the symbol of mourning and repentance, is not your eternal garment. It was a temporary covering, necessary for a season, but never meant to define you. Gladness, on the other hand, is your inheritance. It is not fragile or fleeting, it is rooted in the eternal nature of God Himself. You are being clothed in joy, not as an accessory, but as your very essence. To prepare for this transformation, you must align your thoughts with the reality of God's promise. Every time doubt arises, every time circumstances seem unchanged, remind yourself of the truth. God is not bound by time or space. What looks delayed to you is perfectly on schedule in His plan. Your role is not to figure out the how, but to trust the one who holds the blueprint of your life. Visualize the course of your life shifting. See the obstacles before you crumbling, the doors that seem sealed shut swinging wide open. Feel the weight lifting off your shoulders, replaced by a lightness that comes from knowing the Creator of the universe is orchestrating every detail for your good. Faith is not passive, it is an active force. Speak as though the change has already come. Act as though you are already walking in the promise. There is power in gratitude, even before the manifestation occurs. When you thank God for what you have not yet seen, you affirm your belief in His ability to bring it to pass. Gratitude is the language of faith, and it creates a resonance with the divine. Begin now to give thanks not just for the blessings you can see, but for the ones yet to unfold. Thank Him for turning your mourning into dancing, for clothing you with gladness, for changing the course of your life. The world may look at you and see someone unchanged, someone still in the midst of their struggles. But do not be discouraged. The transformation begins within, in the unseen realm of your spirit. The outward change is merely a reflection of the inner shift. Hold steadfast to the vision of your life transformed, even when the evidence is not yet apparent. Faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. God's timing is perfect, even when it feels uncomfortable. The waiting season is not a punishment, but a preparation. In the waiting, your faith is strengthened, your character refined, your vision clarified. Trust that He knows the exact moment when the promise will unfold, the precise second when your mourning will turn to dancing. Until then, rest in the assurance that it is already done in the Spirit. You are not alone in this journey. The same God who turned David's mourning into dancing is working on your behalf. He is the same yesterday, today, and forever. His nature does not change, and His promises do not falter. When He says He will turn your mourning into dancing, it is not a suggestion, it is a certainty. When He declares that He has girded you with gladness, it is not a wish, it is a fact. Do not let the voices of doubt or fear distract you from this truth. The enemy would have you believe that your situation is permanent, that your sorrow is your identity. But the enemy is a liar, and the truth is found in God's word. You are not defined by your pain or your past. You are defined by the one who calls you His own, the one who has declared that your time has come. Take a moment to feel the shift. Can you sense it? The old is falling away, and the new is emerging. The course of your life is changing, not by your might or power, but by the Spirit of the living God. Embrace it. Dance in the Spirit, even if your feet have yet to move. Rejoice in your heart, even if your circumstances have yet to change. The transformation is already underway, and nothing can stop what God has ordained. You are not here by accident. These words have reached you because God is speaking directly to your spirit. He is calling you to rise, to prepare, to get ready for the new season He is ushering into your life. Do not shrink back in fear or hesitation. Step boldly into the promise, knowing that the one who has begun a good work in you will be faithful to complete it. The dance of joy is not just for a moment, it is for a lifetime. The gladness that God is clothing you with is not temporary, it is eternal. Hold on to this truth, no matter what the world may say. For God's word is the final authority, and His plans for you are good. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. Your time has truly come. The divine clock has struck the moment of transformation, and nothing in heaven or on earth can hinder what God has already set into motion. His word spoken through Psalm 30:11 is not a mere possibility, it is an assurance. Every syllable carries the power to reshape your life, to draw you from mourning to dancing, from despair to hope, from doubt to unshakable faith. You are standing on holy ground, a sacred juncture where the old fades into the new and where the promises of God ignite into reality. Begin to realize that this moment was not birthed from coincidence or chance. It was orchestrated from the foundations of the world. The struggles you have faced, the nights you thought would never end, were not detours but essential parts of your journey. They were tools refining you, preparing you, molding you into the vessel capable of holding the abundant joy and gladness that God is pouring into your life. Trust this process, for God wastes nothing. Every tear, every question, every sigh was heard and accounted for. Nothing escapes His notice, and nothing is ever lost in His hands. Faith is your anchor now. It is the bridge between what is and what shall be. Look beyond what your natural eyes can see, for the physical realm is but a shadow of the true reality. The unseen realm, where faith operates, is where God's promises are birthed. Do not measure your future by your past or even by your present circumstances. Instead, measure it by the boundless power of God, who is able to do exceedingly, abundantly above all you can ask or imagine. In this moment, let your imagination become a sanctuary. See yourself in the place of promise. Visualize the dance of joy that is already yours. Picture the lightness in your step, the laughter that fills your soul, the radiance on your face as you walk in the fullness of God's blessings. Your imagination is not just a tool, it is a divine gift, a canvas on which the promises of God are painted. Dwell in this vision until it becomes more real to you than the struggles you have known. Transformation begins in your heart and mind. It is an inside-out process. The world may look at you and see no change, but the seed of God's promise is already growing within you. Like a tree hidden within the seed, your future is already encoded within you, waiting to unfold. This is the mystery and majesty of God's work, that He sees the end from the beginning and calls things that are not as though they are. Align yourself with this divine vision. Speak it, believe it, act on it. Joy is not merely an emotion, it is a spiritual state, a fruit of the Spirit that transcends circumstances. The gladness that God is girding you with is not dependent on external factors. It flows from His very presence, a river of life that cannot be dammed. As you step into this joy, you will find that it strengthens you, empowering you to face each day with renewed hope and courage. This joy is your strength, a fortress that no trial can breach. Do not underestimate the power of gratitude in this process. Gratitude is a magnet for miracles. When you give thanks for what you have not yet seen, you align yourself with the frequency of heaven. Gratitude declares, I trust you, God, even when I don't understand. I believe your promises, even when they have not yet manifested. Begin now to thank Him for the dancing, the gladness, the transformation that is already unfolding. Let your gratitude rise like incense, filling the throne room of heaven and opening the windows of blessing over your life. This change is not only for you, but for those connected to you. Your transformation is a testimony, a living epistle read by others. As God turns your mourning into dancing, those around you will see His glory in your life. They will be drawn to the source of your joy, to the one who has worked such a miraculous change. In this way, your life becomes a beacon, a light that leads others to the truth of God's goodness and faithfulness. Every obstacle you faced, every battle you fought, has been preparing you for this moment. The resistance you've encountered was not meant to break you, but to strengthen you, to refine your faith, and to deepen your trust in God. Now, as the course of your life shifts, you will look back and see that every step, even the painful ones, was part of a divine choreography, leading you to this dance of joy. God's timing is precise, and His ways are higher than ours. You may not understand why certain seasons lasted as long as they did, but trust that He was working all things together for your good. Even now, He is aligning circumstances, moving people, opening doors, and orchestrating events in ways you cannot yet see. Your role is to stay in faith, to keep your eyes fixed on Him, and to prepare your heart for the outpouring of His blessings. Preparation is an act of faith. It says, I believe so deeply in God's promise that I will act as though it is already fulfilled, begin to make room for the new thing God is doing. Release the old mindsets, the limiting beliefs, and the fears that have held you back. Open your hands and your heart to receive what He is pouring out. The course of your life is changing, and you must be ready to walk in the fullness of what God has for you. As you prepare, remember that this transformation is not about striving or earning. It is a gift, a manifestation of God's grace and love. Your role is not to force the change, but to surrender to it, to trust in the one who is making all things new. Rest in His promises, knowing that He is faithful and that His word will never return void. There is a rhythm to God's work, a divine flow that carries you from one season to the next. Do not resist this flow, but yield to it, trusting that it is leading you to a place of greater joy and fulfillment. Let go of the need to control or understand every detail. God's ways are beyond our comprehension, but His heart is always for our good. Trust in His character, in His love, and in His perfect plans for your life. As you step into this new season, keep your heart aligned with God's word. Let Psalm 30:11 be your anthem, a declaration of the transformation that is taking place. Speak it over your life daily, allowing its truth to take root in your spirit. Meditate on it, let it fill your mind and your heart, and watch as it shapes your reality. The dance of joy is not just for a moment, it is the beginning of a new way of living. It is a testament to the faithfulness of God, a reminder that He is always working on your behalf, even when you cannot see it. Embrace this dance, this gladness, this transformation. It is your inheritance as a child of God, and it is the fulfillment of His promise to you. The work of God in your life is unfolding even now, in ways that defy natural understanding. Each moment, each breath carries you closer to the manifestation of His promises. This truth is not contingent on how things appear, but on the immovable word of God. His word says He has turned your mourning into dancing. This is not a promise of someday, it is a declaration of now. In the spiritual realm, it is already done, and your faith is the bridge that brings it into your experience. Faith does not wait for evidence. Faith creates evidence. It sees beyond the veil of time and circumstance, declaring that what God has spoken is as good as done. When you step into this faith, you align yourself with the truth of God's word, and His power begins to work through you. You become a vessel through which His promises flow into the world. Every step you take in faith is a step into the new reality God has prepared for you. The course of your life is not determined by what has been, but by what is to come. God's plan for you is not bound by your past mistakes, failures, or limitations. He is the God of new beginnings, and His mercies are new every morning. When He declares a new season, it does not matter what lies behind you. What matters is the path He is laying before you. Step into that path with confidence, knowing that He who began a good work in you will be faithful to complete it. Begin to act as if the promise is already fulfilled. Speak as though the transformation has already occurred. Walk as though the joy, the dancing, the gladness is already yours. This is not pretense, it is alignment with the truth of God's word. Your actions, your words, and your thoughts are powerful tools in the manifestation of His promises. They are the outward expressions of your faith, the evidence of things not yet seen. Do not be discouraged if the world around you does not immediately reflect the change you know is happening within you. Transformation begins in the unseen, in the spiritual realm, before it becomes visible in the physical. Just as a seed takes time to grow beneath the soil before it breaks through into the light, so too does the work of God in your life. Trust the process and hold fast to your faith, for the harvest is certain. Surround yourself with reminders of God's faithfulness. Let the word of God fill your heart and mind, crowding out doubt and fear. Speak His promises over your life, declaring them with boldness and conviction. When doubt tries to creep in, return to the truth of Psalm 30:11, and let its words anchor your soul. You have turned my mourning into dancing, speak it, until it becomes the reality of your heart, until it shapes the way you see the world and your place in it. The joy God is bringing into your life is not a fleeting emotion, but a deep, abiding state of being. It is a joy that comes from knowing who He is and who you are in Him. It is a joy that no circumstance can take away because it is rooted in the eternal, unchanging nature of God. As you step into this joy, you will find that it transforms not only your heart but also your perspective. You will see your life, your challenges, and your future through the lens of His goodness and faithfulness. God's timing is perfect and His plans for you are good. Even when you cannot see the full picture, trust that He is working all things together for your good. He is the master weaver, intricately threading every moment of your life into a beautiful tapestry of His glory. The struggles you have faced are not wasted, they are the dark threads that give contrast and depth to the brighter colors of His promises fulfilled. Trust that the hands of the Master are guiding every thread, and that the final masterpiece will be more glorious than you can imagine. In this season of transformation, guard your heart and mind against distractions. The enemy would love to steal your joy, to sow seeds of doubt and fear, to convince you that nothing is changing. But you are not called to live by sight, you are called to live by faith. Fix your eyes on Jesus, the author and finisher of your faith, and let His truth drown out every lie. Stand firm on the promises of God, knowing that they are yes and amen in Christ. Your transformation is not just for your benefit, but for the glory of God. As He turns your mourning into dancing, as He girds you with gladness, your life becomes a testimony of His power and grace. Those around you will see the change and be drawn to the one who made it possible. Your story will inspire others to believe, to hope, and to trust in the God who can do all things. In this way, your life becomes a light in the darkness, a beacon pointing others to the truth of His love. Celebrate this season of transformation. Rejoice in the knowledge that your time has come, that God is changing the course of your life. Let your joy be a reflection of your faith, a declaration of your trust in His promises. Dance in the freedom He has given you, knowing that the chains of your past have been broken. Embrace the gladness He has placed within you, knowing that it is a gift from the one who loves you with an everlasting love. Let this moment mark the beginning of a new chapter in your life, a chapter written by the hand of God. Trust Him to lead you, to guide you, to bring you into the fullness of His plans for you. Step into this season with confidence, knowing that He is with you every step of the way. And as you walk this path, let your life be a song of praise, a testimony of His goodness, and a reflection of His glory. Your life is not a random sequence of events, nor is it dictated by circumstances or the opinions of others. It is shaped by the divine will of God, who has set you apart for a purpose far greater than you can comprehend. His word assures you that your mourning will be turned into dancing, and this is the very nature of His love, a love that transforms, renews, and lifts. Every detail of your journey has been crafted to bring you closer to the fullness of His promise, even when the path seems unclear or overwhelming. The turning point in your life begins the moment you believe that it has already arrived. This belief is not born of wishful thinking, but of trust in the unchanging character of God. He does not lie, nor does He fail. If He has said it, it will surely come to pass. Your role is to align your heart, your thoughts, and your actions with His word. Speak life over your circumstances. Declare His promises boldly and without hesitation. Each word of faith spoken from your mouth is a seed planted in the fertile soil of God's timing. Do not allow the weight of the past to define your future. God specializes in rewriting stories and creating beauty from ashes. What has been lost will be restored, and what has been broken will be made whole. You may feel unworthy or inadequate, but God sees you through the lens of His grace. He calls you His beloved, His chosen, His masterpiece. It is His strength working through your weakness that brings about the transformation you desire. Let go of self-doubt and lean fully into His power. Even now, God is orchestrating events in your life to bring about His perfect will. What seems like delay is actually preparation. He is aligning people, opportunities, and circumstances to ensure that when the time comes, everything will fall into place seamlessly. Trust in His timing, for it is never too early nor too late. The Creator of time Himself knows exactly when and how to bring His plans for you into fruition. Your faith is the bridge between the spiritual realm and your physical reality. When you stand firm in faith, Declaring and believing the promises of God, you activate His power in your life. This power is not limited by what you see or feel. It is boundless, eternal, and unwavering. Faith is not moved by the opinions of others or the challenges of the moment. It holds steady, like a lighthouse guiding you through the storm, lighting the path ahead with the assurance of God's unchanging truth. Picture yourself already living in the reality of His promise. Imagine the joy, the peace, and the freedom that comes with knowing that God has turned your mourning into dancing. Feel the gladness that comes from being surrounded by His love and care. This is not mere visualization, it is a spiritual exercise in aligning your inner world with the truth of God's Word. When your mind and heart are filled with this vision, your actions will naturally follow suit, and the world around you will begin to reflect the transformation taking place within. Every setback you've experienced has been a setup for your comeback. Every tear you've cried has been seen by the one who holds your life in His hands. Nothing you have endured has been in vain, for God uses all things to work together for your good. The lessons you've learned, the strength you've gained, and the character you've developed through trials are all part of the foundation He is building for your future. You are not defined by your struggles, you are refined by them. As you step into this new season, do so with an attitude of gratitude. Thank God not only for what He has already done, but also for what He is about to do. Gratitude is a powerful force that opens the door for blessings to flow into your life. It shifts your focus from what you lack to what you have, from fear to faith, from doubt to trust. Let every moment of gratitude be a declaration of your confidence in God's goodness and faithfulness. The enemy will try to whisper lies into your ear, convincing you that nothing is changing, that God has forgotten you, or that you are not worthy of His blessings. Do not entertain these thoughts for a moment. They are not from God, and they have no power unless you give them power. Counter every lie with the truth of His Word. Speak it out loud, write it down, meditate on it until it becomes the loudest voice in your life. The Word of God is your weapon, your shield, and your guide. Faith is the foundation upon which all transformation begins. It is the unwavering belief in what is unseen, the trust in promises not yet fulfilled. Faith is not passive, it is dynamic and alive, shaping the reality you step into. When God declares that your mourning will turn to dancing, this is not just a poetic statement, but a call to activate your faith. You are called to believe it as though it has already come to pass, to hold on to it in your heart until it becomes the reality of your life. Faith invites you to partner with God in the fulfillment of His promises, to see yourself through His eyes, and to act in alignment with His divine plan. The changes God is preparing in your life are not small or insignificant. They are profound and far-reaching, designed to reflect His glory and bring you into the fullness of who you were created to be. These changes may not always be visible at first, but they are happening. Just as the roots of a tree grow deep before its branches reach the sky, so too is God working beneath the surface of your life to establish a firm foundation for your transformation. He is preparing you to bear the weight of His blessings, to stand strong and unshaken as His promises come to fruition. Transformation requires letting go of what no longer serves you. The sackcloth, a symbol of mourning and despair, must be released so that you can be clothed in gladness. This is not merely an external change, but an internal one. It calls for a shift in your mindset, a willingness to let go of past hurts, regrets, and fears. Holding on to these things keeps you anchored in the past, but God is calling you forward. He is asking you to trust Him enough to release what is in your hands so that He can fill them with something far greater. Your words hold the power of life and death, and what you speak over your life matters. Declare His promises over yourself daily. Speak words of hope, joy, and victory, even when your circumstances suggest otherwise. Your words are seeds, and as you sow them in faith, they will take root and grow into the reality God has planned for you. Let your mouth be filled with praise, for praise not only honors God, but also shifts your focus from your struggles to His sufficiency. Praise is a weapon that breaks chains and opens doors, a declaration of your trust in the one who is able to do exceedingly abundantly above all you can ask or imagine. God's timing is perfect, even when it seems delayed by human standards. Waiting on God is not a passive act, but an active posture of faith and expectation. In the waiting, God is not absent, He is working. He is refining you, teaching you, and preparing you for what lies ahead. The waiting period is a time of growth, a season in which your faith is strengthened and your character is developed. Do not despise the waiting, for it is in these moments that God often does His greatest work within you. Every challenge you face is an opportunity for God to demonstrate His power. Trials are not the end, but a means to an end. They are the refiner's fire, burning away what is unnecessary so that you can shine brighter than ever before. When you face difficulties, do not ask, "Why me?" but instead ask, "What is God teaching me in this moment?" This perspective shifts your focus from the problem to the provider. It allows you to see your challenges as stepping stones rather than stumbling blocks. God's word is your anchor in times of uncertainty. When doubts arise, return to His promises. Let them be the rock upon which you stand, unshaken by the storms of life. His word is not just a collection of stories or teachings, it is alive and active, capable of transforming your mind and renewing your spirit. Meditate on it, let it sink deep into your heart, and allow it to guide your thoughts and actions. In doing so, you align yourself with God's will and open the door for His power to work in your life. The joy God promises is not dependent on your circumstances. It is a joy that comes from knowing you are loved, chosen, and secure in Him. This joy is a source of strength, a wellspring that sustains you even in the midst of trials. When you embrace this joy, it becomes a testimony to those around you. It shows that your hope is not in the things of this world, but in the eternal promises of God. Let this joy radiate from you, drawing others to the light of His love. God is not asking you to earn His blessings, they are a gift of His grace. You cannot work for them or deserve them, you can only receive them by faith. This grace is unmerited, undeserved, and unearned, yet it is freely given. It is a reflection of His boundless love for you, a love that is not contingent on your performance, but rooted in His character. Accept His grace with humility and gratitude, knowing that it is not about what you can do, but about what He has already done. As you step into this new season, let gratitude be your guiding principle. Gratitude shifts your focus from lack to abundance, from fear to faith. It opens your heart to receive more of God's blessings and reminds you of His faithfulness. Begin and end each day with thanksgiving, acknowledging His hand in every area of your life. Gratitude is not just an emotion, it is a choice, a decision to see the goodness of God even in the smallest details. Your story is a reflection of God's glory. As He transforms your life, let your testimony inspire others to seek Him. Share the goodness of God not as a boast, but as a declaration of His power and love. Your transformation is not just for you, it is a light that shines in the darkness, a beacon of hope for those who are searching for meaning and purpose. Let your life be a living testimony of what is possible when you place your trust in God. God's plans for you are far greater than anything you could imagine. He sees the end from the beginning and knows exactly what you need to fulfill your purpose. Trust in His wisdom, even when His plans do not align with your expectations. He is the master weaver, intricately working all things together for your good. Surrender your desires, your plans, and your timing to Him, and watch as He exceeds your wildest dreams. As you journey forward, remember that you are not alone. God walks with you every step of the way, guiding you, protecting you, and providing for you. His presence is your greatest assurance, a constant reminder that you are deeply loved and never forsaken. Lean into His presence, for it is there that you will find peace, strength, and direction. When you feel weak, remember that His strength is made perfect in your weakness. When you feel lost, remember that He is the Good Shepherd, leading you beside still waters and restoring your soul. You are on the brink of something extraordinary. The turning point has arrived and your time has come. Hold fast to the promises of God, for they are the foundation upon which your future is built. Let your faith be unshakable, your hope unwavering, and your joy uncontainable. The God who began a good work in you is faithful to complete it. Believe it, receive it, and walk into the fullness of His plans with boldness and confidence. God's plan for you is not just about you, it is about His glory being revealed through your life. As He turns your mourning into dancing, your story becomes a testament to His power and love. Those around you will see the change and be inspired to seek Him for themselves. Your transformation is a light that shines in the darkness, drawing others to the one who has brought it to pass. Embrace this calling with humility and joy, knowing that your life is part of a greater purpose. You may not know exactly how or when the shift will happen, but you can be certain that it will. The God who promised is faithful to fulfill His word. Hold on to this truth with everything you have, letting it guide your thoughts, your actions, and your prayers. When doubt tries to creep in, return to Psalm 30:11 and let its words anchor you. You have turned my mourning into dancing. You have loosed my sackcloth and clothed me with gladness. This is not just a verse, it is your reality in Christ. Take time to reflect on the ways God has already shown His faithfulness in your life. Each answered prayer, each moment of grace, and each blessing is a reminder that He is with you and for you. Let these memories fuel your faith as you move forward. If He has been faithful before, He will be faithful again. His character does not change, and His love for you is unending. The course of your life is being redirected by the hand of God. What once seemed impossible is now within reach, because nothing is too hard for Him. Your part is to believe, to trust, and to act in alignment with His promises. As you do, you will see the evidence of His power and love in every area of your life. The joy, the dancing, and the gladness are not just ahead of you, they are here, waiting for you to step into them. As you stand on the threshold of this new season, remember that God's promises are not mere words, they are unshakable truths. The course of your life is being transformed by the one who holds all power in His hands. Your mourning has already been turned into dancing. Your sackcloth has been replaced with garments of gladness. This is your time, a moment ordained by God to showcase His love and faithfulness in your life. Step forward with unwavering faith, knowing that the Creator of the universe is guiding your steps. Speak His promises boldly, envision the joy He has prepared for you, and live as though the transformation has already occurred. Let your life reflect His glory and inspire others to seek the same hope, the same joy, and the same transformation. God has already declared it, your time has come. Believe it, embrace it, and walk into the fullness of His plans with confidence and gratitude, for He is faithful to complete the good work He has begun in you. The rarest woman in the world is not one who seeks validation from the world, but one who knows her own worth. She walks through life with an inner assurance, untouched by the fleeting opinions of others. Her rarity lies not in her outward beauty, though she may possess that too, but in the power of her mind and the strength of her spirit. She understands that her reality is shaped not by chance, but by her inner convictions. She carries within her a deep awareness that she is the architect of her destiny. This woman is rare because she sees herself as more than the sum of her circumstances. Where others may falter in fear, she stands firm in faith. She dares to imagine a world where her dreams are not only possible but inevitable. Her thoughts are deliberate, her vision clear, and her heart unwavering. She lives as though she already possesses the very things her heart desires, and in doing so, she calls them into being. The rarest woman knows the power of silence, the strength found in stillness. She does not chase after things or people. She understands that what is truly hers cannot be lost. She radiates an energy of certainty that draws everything she needs to her, like a magnet. Her presence is a reflection of her inner state of peaceful confidence that nothing can shake. She does not measure her value by the standards of the world. She knows that her worth is infinite because it comes from within. Her identity is rooted in a profound understanding of her divine connection. She is one with the Creator, and this knowledge fuels her every step. Her thoughts are her treasures, her imagination her canvas, and her faith her guiding light. This woman has mastered the art of living in the end. She does not worry about the how or the when. She lives as though all her prayers have already been answered. Her gratitude is boundless, her joy contagious. She walks through life with the grace of someone who knows she is supported by unseen forces, aligned with a higher purpose that ensures her success. She is rare because she does not compete or compare. She celebrates the victories of others, knowing they do not diminish her own. Her abundance mindset allows her to give freely and love deeply. She does not fear rejection, for she knows that what is meant for her will never pass her by. Her life is a testament to the truth that faith and vision can move mountains. The rarest woman in the world does not merely survive, she thrives. She thrives. She creates, she inspires, and she transforms. She understands that the world around her is a reflection of the world within her, and so she tends to her inner garden with care. She cultivates thoughts of beauty, peace, and abundance, knowing that these will bloom into her reality. This woman is not rare because of what she has or what she does, but because of who she is. She is a living example of what is possible when a person aligns their thoughts, feelings, and actions with their highest vision. She embodies a truth that is universal yet elusive, that we are all creators of our destiny, capable of manifesting a life that is extraordinary. The rarest woman in the world moves with an air of quiet confidence that transcends the ordinary. She does not shout her worth to be heard. Her very existence speaks volumes. In a world that clamors for attention, she stands apart, not because she strives to be different, but because she dares to be authentically herself. Her uniqueness is not something she flaunts, it is the essence of her being, a light that cannot be dimmed or hidden. She understands that the power of her individuality is her greatest asset, and she carries it with grace and humility. Her mind is a sanctuary, a place where she cultivates thoughts of beauty, strength, and resilience. She knows that her reality is not dictated by the external world, but by the images she holds in her heart and the beliefs she entertains in her soul. She is unshaken by circumstances because she sees beyond them. Where others see obstacles, she sees opportunities. Where others see endings, she envisions new beginnings. This woman is rare because she does not conform to the limitations imposed by society. She has no need to fit into a mold or adhere to expectations that do not align with her truth. Instead, she creates her path, guided by an inner compass that points unfailingly toward her highest good. She trusts the whispers of her intuition and follows them with unwavering faith, knowing that they lead her to a destiny that is uniquely hers. Her power lies in her ability to embody what she desires. She does not wait for the world to grant her permission to be happy, successful, or loved. She claims these things as her birthright and lives as though they are already hers. Her joy is not contingent on external validation, and her peace is not dependent on external conditions. She carries within her a sense of fulfillment that no one and nothing can take away. The rarest woman in the world is a master of her emotions. She does not suppress them, nor does she allow them to control her. Instead, she channels them as a source of strength and creativity. She knows that her feelings are a powerful force, capable of shaping her reality in profound ways. When she feels joy, it radiates outward, touching everyone she encounters. When she feels love, it transforms everything it touches. And when she feels pain, she does not run from it, she faces it with courage, knowing that it holds the seeds of growth and wisdom. Her vision is her guiding star, a beacon that illuminates her path even in the darkest of times. She is not deterred by setbacks or delays because she knows that everything unfolds in divine timing. Her faith is not passive, it is active and dynamic, a force that propels her forward even when the way seems uncertain. She walks by faith, not by sight, trusting that the unseen is more real than the seen, and that her dreams are already hers in the realm of spirit. This woman is rare because she understands the power of her imagination. She knows that the images she holds in her mind are not mere fantasies, but the blueprint of her future. She guards her thoughts with diligence, refusing to entertain anything that does not serve her highest good. Her mind is her sanctuary, a sacred space where she creates the life she desires with precision and care. She is an artist of the soul, painting her reality with the colors of her dreams and the brushstrokes of her beliefs. She does not resist the flow of life but moves with it, like a river that knows its course. She understands that resistance creates struggle, while surrender opens the door to miracles. Her surrender is not a sign of weakness but of strength, a recognition that she is co-creating her reality with a higher power that knows no limits. She lets go of what she cannot control and focuses her energy on what she can, her thoughts, her feelings, and her actions. The rarest woman in the world is a beacon of light in a world that often feels dark. She does not shrink in the face of challenges, but rises to meet them with courage and grace. She knows that her struggles are not meant to break her, but to refine her, to shape her into the person she is destined to become. Her resilience is her superpower, a testament to her inner strength and her unwavering belief in her ability to overcome anything that comes her way. She is not afraid to stand alone because she knows that her worth is not determined by the company she keeps. She does not seek to be understood by everyone, for she knows that her path is not meant for everyone to walk. She values quality over quantity in her relationships, surrounding herself only with those who uplift and inspire her. Her circle may be small, but it is filled with love, respect, and mutual support. This woman is rare because she knows how to give without losing herself. She loves deeply and unconditionally, not because she seeks anything in return, but because love is her nature. Yet she also knows her boundaries and respects them, understanding that true giving comes from a place of abundance, not lack. She nurtures herself as much as she nurtures others, ensuring that her cup is always full before she pours into the lives of those around her. She is a woman of action, but her actions are guided by purpose and intention. She does not act out of fear or desperation, but from a place of clarity and confidence. She knows that every step she takes, no matter how small, brings her closer to her dreams. Her patience is her ally, her perseverance her strength. She does not rush the process but trusts it, knowing that everything she desires is already on its way to her. Her life is a symphony, a harmonious blend of faith, love, and purpose. She lives with an awareness that every moment is a gift, every experience an opportunity to grow. She does not dwell on the past or worry about the future, but remains fully present in the now, knowing that the present moment is where her power lies. The rarest woman in the world is a source of inspiration to all who meet her. She does not seek to impress, but to uplift. Her light is not something she hides or diminishes, but something she shares freely, knowing that it is meant to illuminate the path for others. She is a living example of what is possible when one dares to dream, to believe, and to act in alignment with their highest self. Her rarity is not something she wears as a badge of honor, but something she carries with quiet dignity. She knows that her value does not come from what she does, or what she has, but from who she is. She is a woman who has discovered her true essence, her divine nature, and she lives each day as a reflection of that truth. The rarest woman in the world is not a myth or a fantasy, she is a reality. She exists in every woman who dares to step into her power, to embrace her uniqueness, and to live in alignment with her highest vision. She is not confined by the limits of the world, but transcends them, creating a life that is as extraordinary as she is. She is a reminder to us all of the infinite potential that lies within, waiting to be awakened. The rarest woman in the world carries within her a quiet strength that speaks louder than words. She is not defined by the roles the world assigns her, but by the boundless essence of who she is. When others see chaos, she sees the unfolding of a divine plan, for her vision is not limited to what is apparent. She looks beyond appearances, knowing that true reality lies in the unseen forces that shape our lives. Her heart is aligned with these forces, and her faith acts as a bridge between the present and the fulfillment of her desires. She moves through life with a sense of purpose that is unshaken by external circumstances. There is a steadiness in her steps, a certainty in her demeanor that commands attention without demanding it. This is not a performance, but an authentic reflection of her inner world. Her mind is not cluttered with doubt or fear, for she has trained herself to dwell on what is good, pure, and uplifting. Her thoughts are her sanctuary, and she guards them with the diligence of someone who knows their power. This woman has learned the art of discernment. She understands that not everything deserves her energy, her time, or her focus. She does not chase after things that are not meant for her, nor does she allow herself to be consumed by distractions. Her life is a reflection of her priorities, and her choices are guided by her unwavering sense of purpose. She knows that her energy is sacred, and she invests it only in what aligns with her highest good. Her relationships are a testament to her values. She does not seek to control or manipulate others, but allows them the freedom to be themselves. She loves deeply, but her love is not possessive, it is liberating. She uplifts those around her by being a living example of authenticity and grace. Her presence is a gift, a reminder of what it means to live with intention and integrity. The rarest woman in the world is not afraid of solitude. She knows that her worth is not determined by the company she keeps, but by the love she has for herself. She cherishes her own presence and uses her time alone to nurture her soul and connect with the divine. Her solitude is not loneliness, it is a space where she finds clarity, inspiration, and renewal. She is a woman of balance, knowing when to act and when to rest, when to speak and when to listen, when to push forward and when to let go. She flows with the rhythms of life, trusting that everything has its season. Her patience is not passive but active, a deliberate choice to trust the process and allow things to unfold in their own time. She is not swayed by impatience or anxiety because she knows that what is meant for her will come to her without fail. Her intuition is her guiding star, and she follows it with unwavering faith. She does not need to see the entire path to take the first step. She trusts that the way will be revealed to her as she moves forward. Her life is a dance between surrender and action, a harmonious blend of trust and effort. She does not cling to outcomes but allows herself to be surprised by the infinite possibilities that life offers. This woman is rare because she understands the power of gratitude. She does not wait for things to be perfect to give thanks. She finds beauty and blessings in every moment. Her gratitude is not a ritual but a way of life, a recognition of the abundance that surrounds her. She knows that by focusing on what she has, she opens the door to receive even more. Her heart is a wellspring of appreciation, and her life reflects the overflow of her gratitude. She does not fear change, but embraces it as a natural part of life. She knows that growth often requires letting go of what no longer serves her. She does not cling to the past or resist the future, but remains fully present in the now. Her adaptability is not a sign of weakness, but of strength, a willingness to evolve and transform as life demands. She is not afraid to reinvent herself, for she knows that her essence remains unchanged no matter how much her outer circumstances shift. The rarest woman in the world is a creator in every sense of the word. She creates not only with her hands but with her mind, her heart, and her spirit. She brings her visions to life through her thoughts, her words, and her actions. She does not wait for permission to create, she simply does. Her creativity is not limited to art or expression, but extends to every area of her life. She creates joy, peace, and abundance wherever she goes, leaving a trail of beauty in her wake. She is a woman of conviction, standing firm in her beliefs even when they are not popular. She does not waver in the face of criticism or doubt, because her confidence comes from within. She does not seek approval or validation, but remains true to herself, knowing that her worth is not up for debate. Her courage is not the absence of fear, but the ability to move forward despite it. She faces challenges with grace and determination, knowing that every obstacle is an opportunity for growth. This woman is rare because she understands the interconnectedness of all things. She does not see herself as separate from the world around her, but as a part of it. Her actions are guided by a sense of responsibility and compassion, a recognition that what she does affects not only herself but others. She is mindful of her impact and strives to make the world a better place through her choices. Her wisdom is not born of age or experience alone, but of her willingness to learn and grow. She is open to new ideas and perspectives, knowing that there is always more to discover. She does not cling to certainty, but embraces the mystery of life with curiosity and wonder. Her humility allows her to admit when she is wrong and to learn from her mistakes. She is not afraid to change her mind when presented with new truths, for she values growth over pride. The rarest woman in the world is a source of inspiration not because she tries to be, but because she cannot help it. Her authenticity shines through in everything she does, and her presence uplifts those around her. She does not seek to be admired or envied, but to live in alignment with her truth. Her life is her message, a testament to the power of living with intention and integrity. Her strength is not loud or aggressive, but quiet and enduring. She does not need to prove her power because it is evident in the way she carries herself. She does not seek to dominate or control, but to uplift and empower. Her strength is rooted in her connection to the divine, a wellspring of infinite love and wisdom that guides her every step. She is rare because she does not conform to the expectations of others. She is unapologetically herself, embracing her uniqueness with pride. She knows that her individuality is her gift, and she shares it freely with the world. She does not compare herself to others or measure her success by external standards. She defines her worth on her own terms, knowing that she is enough just as she is. Her life is a reflection of her inner world, a testament to the power of thought and belief. She understands that the reality she experiences is a mirror of her mind, and she takes full responsibility for what she creates. She does not blame others or circumstances for her struggles, but uses them as opportunities to grow and evolve. She knows that she is the author of her story, and she writes it with intention and care. The rarest woman in the world is a living example of what is possible when we align with our highest selves. She reminds us that we are not limited by our circumstances, but by our beliefs. She shows us that we have the power to create a life that is extraordinary, not by doing more, but by being more authentic, more intentional, more aligned with our truth. Her rarity is not something she was born with, but something she chose, and in doing so she invites us to make the same choice. The rarest woman in the world embodies a sense of knowing that transcends the limits of logic or reason. She trusts the unseen currents of life, understanding that her thoughts shape the world around her. This woman does not react to circumstances. She responds with wisdom, composure, and a quiet confidence that everything is unfolding as it should. She is deeply aware that her external world mirrors her internal state, and she takes full responsibility for cultivating a mindset of peace, abundance, and love. When others are overwhelmed by doubt, she holds steadfast to her vision. She knows that the seeds of her dreams are planted in the soil of her imagination, nurtured by her unwavering belief. She does not allow herself to be swayed by naysayers or temporary setbacks. Instead, she views obstacles as stepping stones, each one bringing her closer to her desired reality. Her faith is not blind, it is rooted in an understanding of the laws that govern the universe. This rare woman speaks her truth with clarity and grace, not to impose her will, but to share her perspective. She understands the power of her words, knowing that they are creative forces that shape her reality. She does not speak carelessly, for she values the energy she puts into the world. Her speech uplifts and inspires, leaving those who hear it better than she found them. She chooses her words wisely, aware that they carry the vibration of her intentions. She walks a path of self-discovery, always seeking to deepen her connection with her inner self. This woman does not fear her own reflection, but embraces it, knowing that every flaw, every shadow is an invitation to grow. She understands that self-love is not about perfection, but about acceptance. She celebrates her uniqueness and honors her journey, knowing that each step has shaped her into who she is today. Her strength lies in her ability to let go. She does not cling to the past or resist the future, but flows with the present moment. This woman understands that holding on to what no longer serves her only creates stagnation. She releases with gratitude, trusting that every ending is a new beginning in disguise. Her heart is open, ready to receive the blessings that life has in store for her. She is not bound by the expectations of society or the limitations of tradition. The rarest woman in the world is a trailblazer, carving her own path and living life on her own terms. She does not seek validation from others because she knows her worth is inherent. Her sense of self is not dependent on external achievements or recognition. She is whole, complete, and fulfilled within herself. This woman approaches challenges with curiosity rather than fear. She sees difficulties not as barriers but as opportunities to learn and grow. Her resilience is not born of resistance but of adaptability. She bends but does not break, adjusting to the changing winds while remaining rooted in her truth. Her ability to pivot, to see potential in the midst of adversity, sets her apart. She understands that true wealth is not measured by material possessions but by the richness of her spirit. She cultivates an inner abundance that spills over into every aspect of her life. Her generosity is not limited to money or resources but extends to her time, her energy, and her presence. She gives freely, not out of obligation but out of a genuine desire to uplift others. Her energy is magnetic, drawing people and opportunities into her life effortlessly. This woman does not chase after what she desires, she attracts it by becoming a vibrational match for it. She understands that her feelings are the language of the universe, and she aligns herself with the emotions of joy, love, and gratitude. Her life is a testament to the power of alignment, showing that what we seek is already seeking us. She is deeply attuned to the rhythms of nature and the cycles of life. She knows that there is a time for planting and a time for harvesting, a time for action and a time for rest. This woman honors these cycles, trusting in the natural order of things. She does not force or rush but allows life to unfold in its own time. Her patience is a reflection of her trust, her willingness to wait for the right moment, rather than settling for what is merely convenient. The rarest woman in the world is a healer, not because she fixes others, but because she holds space for them to heal themselves. She listens with her heart, offering compassion without judgment. Her presence is soothing, a reminder that we are all connected and that we are never alone. She does not impose her solutions, but empowers others to find their own answers. Her wisdom is a light that illuminates the path for those who are lost. This woman does not shy away from her emotions, but embraces them as part of the human experience. She allows herself to feel fully, knowing that emotions are not something to fear but to understand. Her vulnerability is not a weakness but a strength, a sign of her courage to face herself and the world with authenticity. She does not suppress her pain but transforms it into wisdom, using it as fuel for her growth. Her life is a masterpiece, not because it is free of challenges but because she approaches it with artistry. She sees beauty in the ordinary, finding wonder in the simplest of things. Her gratitude is a paintbrush, coloring her world with vibrant hues. She does not wait for grand moments to celebrate but finds joy in the everyday. Her ability to see the extraordinary in the mundane is a reflection of her expansive perspective. The rarest woman in the world is not defined by her circumstances but by her choices. She chooses love over fear, faith over doubt, and growth over comfort. She does not allow external situations to dictate her state of being but takes charge of her inner world. Her sovereignty is her strength, a reminder that we are all creators of our reality. She carries a light within her that cannot be dimmed. This light is not a reflection of her achievements, but of her essence. It is a light that shines even in the darkest of times, guiding her and those around her toward hope and possibility. Her light is a beacon, a reminder that no matter how difficult life may seem, there is always a way forward. She does not seek to compete with others, but to collaborate and uplift. The rarest woman in the world understands that her success does not diminish anyone else's. She celebrates the achievements of others as if they were her own, knowing that we are all connected. Her generosity of spirit creates a ripple effect, inspiring others to rise and shine. Her beauty is not confined to her physical appearance, but radiates from within. It is a beauty that comes from her kindness, her strength, her wisdom. It is a beauty that cannot be captured or defined, for it is ever-changing, ever-evolving. Her beauty is a reflection of her soul, a testament to the love and light she carries within her. She is a dreamer and a doer, someone who dares to envision a better world and takes action to create it. Her dreams are not idle fantasies, but powerful intentions that shape her reality. She does not wait for the perfect moment to act, but creates it through her determination and faith. Her dreams are her legacy, a gift to the world that will endure long after she is gone. The rarest woman in the world is a living paradox, strong yet gentle, confident yet humble, grounded yet free. She embodies the balance of opposites, a harmony that is rare and beautiful. She is a reminder of what is possible when we align with our true selves and live from a place of love and authenticity. Her life is a dance, a rhythm of give and take, of effort and surrender. She moves with grace, not because life is easy, but because she trusts in her ability to navigate it. Her resilience is a testament to her faith, her willingness to keep moving forward even when the way is unclear. She dances not for an audience, but for the sheer joy of it, a celebration of the gift of life. This woman is rare because she dares to be herself in a world that often demands conformity. She is a pioneer, a trailblazer, a visionary. Her life is not a replica of anyone else's, but a unique expression of who she is. She inspires others not by telling them what to do, but by showing them what is possible. The rarest woman in the world is not an ideal to be achieved, but a reflection of what is already within each of us. She is a reminder of our own potential, our own capacity for greatness. She shows us that we are not defined by our circumstances, but by our choices. She invites us to step into our power, to embrace our truth, and to live a life that is extraordinary. The rarest woman in the world radiates a serenity that comes from profound inner peace. This peace is not the absence of challenges, but the presence of a steady and unshakable core. She knows that life's storms cannot uproot her, because she is deeply rooted in her truth. Her calmness is her power, allowing her to navigate even the most turbulent waters with grace. She does not react impulsively, she responds thoughtfully, understanding that every action carries a ripple effect. Her patience is a treasure. She does not rush through life, chasing fleeting pleasures or superficial milestones. Instead, she moves deliberately, savoring each moment and trusting in the timing of all things. Her ability to wait without anxiety is a reflection of her faith in the unfolding of life. She knows that every delay has a purpose, and that what is meant for her will never pass her by. This patience allows her to enjoy the journey, not just the destination. The rarest woman in the world carries an aura of quiet confidence that draws people toward her. She does not need to announce her worth or demand attention, because her presence speaks for itself. Her confidence is not arrogance, but a humble acknowledgement of her value. She knows who she is and stands firmly in that knowledge, unaffected by the opinions of others. Her self-assurance inspires those around her to believe in their own potential. She listens more than she speaks, not because she lacks wisdom, but because she values understanding. When she does speak, her words are thoughtful and intentional, carrying the weight of her insight. She listens with her heart, giving her full attention to those who confide in her. This rare quality makes others feel seen and heard, creating a space of trust and connection. Her ability to listen is a gift that strengthens her relationships and deepens her impact. This woman embraces change as a natural part of life. She does not resist the ebb and flow of existence, but adapts with resilience and grace. She sees change not as an ending, but as an opportunity for growth and renewal. Her ability to let go of what no longer serves her creates space for new blessings to enter her life. She understands that clinging to the past only hinders her progress, and that every transition is a step toward her highest good. Her generosity extends beyond material wealth. She gives of her time, her energy, and her love without expecting anything in return. Her giving is not a transaction, but an expression of her abundant spirit. She understands that true wealth lies in the ability to uplift and support others. Her generosity creates a ripple effect, inspiring those around her to give freely as well. She is a reminder that abundance is not measured by what we have, but by what we share. The rarest woman in the world honors her intuition as a guiding force in her life. She trusts the quiet whispers of her soul, even when they defy logic or reason. Her intuition is a compass that leads her toward her purpose and away from what does not align with her truth. She does not second-guess herself or seek external validation, because she knows that the answers she seeks are already within her. Her ability to trust her instincts allows her to move through life with confidence and clarity. Her sense of purpose is unwavering. She knows that her life has meaning and that she is here to make a difference. This sense of purpose drives her actions and fuels her determination. She does not allow setbacks to deter her, because she knows that every challenge is an opportunity to strengthen her resolve. Her purpose is not about personal gain, but about contributing to something greater than herself. She lives with intention, knowing that her actions have the power to create lasting impact. This woman's presence is a sanctuary for those who encounter her. She carries a sense of calm that soothes the restless and reassures the doubtful. Her energy is grounding, providing stability in a world that often feels chaotic. People are drawn to her not because of what she can do for them, but because of who she is. Her presence is a reminder that peace is possible, even in the midst of uncertainty. She is not afraid to dream big, knowing that her imagination is the blueprint for her reality. Her dreams are not limited by the constraints of her current circumstances, because she understands that the power to create lies within her. She does not shrink her vision to fit the expectations of others, but dares to dream boldly and expansively. Her dreams are not selfish but inclusive, envisioning a better world for herself and those around her. The rarest woman in the world holds herself accountable for her actions and her choices. She does not blame others or external circumstances for her experiences, but takes full responsibility for her life. This accountability is not a burden but a source of empowerment. It allows her to learn from her mistakes and grow from her experiences. She knows that taking responsibility for her life is the first step toward creating the reality she desires. Her compassion is boundless. She sees the humanity in everyone she encounters and extends kindness without judgment. Her compassion is not limited to those who are easy to love, but includes those who have caused her pain. She understands that forgiveness is not about condoning wrongdoing, but about freeing herself from the weight of resentment. Her ability to forgive is a reflection of her strength, allowing her to move forward with an open heart. She is a visionary, able to see possibilities where others see limitations. Her ability to think creatively and expansively sets her apart. She does not accept the status quo but challenges herself and those around her to imagine what could be. Her vision is not confined to her own life but extends to the collective, inspiring others to dream bigger and reach higher. She is a catalyst for change, a force for innovation and progress. Her faith is unshakable. She believes in the goodness of life and the inherent power within her to create her reality. Her faith is not blind but rooted in her experiences and understanding of universal principles. She trusts that everything happens for a reason, and that even the most difficult moments are part of a greater plan. Her faith gives her the courage to face the unknown and the strength to persevere. The rarest woman in the world lives with gratitude. She does not take her blessings for granted but acknowledges them with a thankful heart. Her gratitude is not dependent on her circumstances but is a way of life. She finds reasons to be thankful even in the midst of challenges, knowing that gratitude is a magnet for more blessings. Her appreciation for life's gifts, both big and small, creates a sense of joy that permeates her existence. Her life is a testament to the power of love. She loves deeply and fully, not just those who are easy to love but also herself and the world around her. Her love is not conditional but unconditional, a reflection of her understanding that love is the essence of who we are. She does not withhold love out of fear of rejection or hurt but gives freely, knowing that love is its own reward. Her ability to love without limits is what makes her truly rare. In the essence of the rarest woman in the world lies the profound truth that every individual holds the potential to embody such a remarkable spirit. She reminds us that greatness is not found in material possessions or external validations, but in the quiet, unyielding power within. Her life is a symphony of grace, resilience, and purpose, demonstrating that it is not perfection but authenticity that sets her apart. The rarest woman teaches us that by embracing our uniqueness, nurturing our inner peace, and living with intention, we can create a ripple of transformation not just in our own lives but in the lives of those we touch. She is a beacon of light, an example of what is possible when we align our hearts with our highest truth. Her legacy is an invitation to rise above mediocrity, to dream boldly, to love deeply, and to live with unwavering faith. May we all strive to embody her qualities, not to become her, but to honor the divine potential within ourselves. In doing so, we too become rare, radiating love, wisdom, and purpose in a world that deeply needs it. The woman who walks alone is not a figure of isolation, but a symbol of profound inner strength. She moves through the world with quiet assurance, carrying within her the awareness that her path is not dictated by the crowd, but by the whisperings of her own soul. She understands that to walk alone is not to be lonely, but to be free, to be unbound by the expectations and limitations that others may impose. Her solitude is not a void, but a sanctuary. It is within this sacred space that she communes with the infinite, aligning her thoughts and desires with the divine rhythm of creation. She knows that every step she takes, though it may appear solitary, is guided by an unseen hand, a higher wisdom that shapes her journey with purpose and grace. The woman who walks alone does not seek validation from the world. She understands that her worth is intrinsic, not measured by external approval or fleeting applause. She turns inward, finding in herself the treasures that others often search for outside. In her solitude, she discovers her divine inheritance, the ability to create, to transform, and to manifest a life that reflects the deepest desires of her heart. She does not fear the silence, for it is in silence that the truth speaks. She listens, not with her ears, but with the eyes of her spirit, perceiving the reality she wishes to inhabit. She holds her vision with unwavering faith, knowing that the outer world is but a reflection of her inner state. Her power lies in her ability to persist, to believe in the unseen, and to walk boldly toward what she knows is already hers. Though the world may misunderstand her path, she does not waver. She has no need to defend her journey, for she is not walking to please others, but to fulfill the call of her soul. She embraces the uncertainty, the unknown, and the challenges that come her way, for she knows that these are the tools that shape her into the woman she is destined to become. In every step she carries the quiet confidence of one who knows that the universe conspires in her favor. She does not rush, for she understands that divine timing is perfect and unerring. She walks with grace, knowing that every delay, every detour, serves a purpose in the grand design of her life. Her journey is not about reaching a destination, but about becoming. She becomes the embodiment of her dreams, the living proof that faith, persistence, and alignment with the divine can overcome any obstacle. She is a testament to the power of a solitary path, walked with intention and trust in the infinite. The woman who walks alone carries within her a quiet determination that emanates from the core of her being. Each step she takes is imbued with the knowledge that she is not merely moving forward, but shaping the fabric of her reality. She is a sculptor of her destiny, using her thoughts, emotions, and unwavering faith as tools to mold the world around her. Her solitude is her strength, for it is in the stillness of her journey that she hears the voice of the infinite, guiding her every decision and action. She walks without fear, not because she is immune to challenges, but because she understands their purpose. To her, obstacles are not barriers, but stepping stones, opportunities to refine her vision and strengthen her resolve. She does not resist them, but embraces them, knowing that each one serves to prepare her for the fulfillment of her desires. In her solitude, she reflects on these moments, drawing lessons from them and using them as fuel to propel her forward. She knows that growth often requires discomfort, and that the path of transformation is rarely easy. Her journey is not dictated by haste. She understands the sacred rhythm of creation, the balance between intention and patience. She knows that just as the seed must be buried in darkness before it sprouts into the light, her dreams require time to germinate and take root. She trusts the process, even when the results are not immediately visible. Her faith is her anchor, keeping her steady amidst the uncertainties and delays. She does not falter, for she knows that the promise of her vision is as certain as the rising sun. The woman who walks alone is not swayed by the opinions of others. She has learned to distinguish between the noise of the world and the guidance of her inner voice. She does not seek approval, for she understands that her path is unique, carved by the divine specifically for her. Her confidence does not stem from arrogance, but from an unshakable connection to her source. She moves with grace, knowing that she is enough, that she has always been enough, and that her worth is not up for negotiation. Her solitude is her sanctuary, a place where she reconnects with her essence. In moments of stillness, she visualizes the life she desires, not as something distant or unattainable, but as a reality that already exists within her. She immerses herself in the feeling of having achieved her dreams, allowing the emotions of joy, gratitude, and fulfillment to flow through her. She knows that these feelings are the key to unlocking the doors of manifestation, aligning her with the vibrational frequency of her desires. She is not confined by the limitations of the physical world. To her, reality is malleable, shaped by the power of her imagination. She understands that what she holds in her mind's eye with conviction must eventually take form in the external world. Her imagination is her workshop, where she designs the life she wants, crafting every detail with precision and love. She does not doubt her ability to create, for she knows that she is one with the Creator, endowed with the same power to bring forth that which she envisions. The woman who walks alone is deeply attuned to the present moment. She does not dwell on the past or worry about the future, for she understands that the only moment she truly possesses is now. In the present, she finds her power, her peace, and her purpose. She uses this awareness to cultivate a state of gratitude, knowing that gratitude is the magnet that draws more blessings into her life. She does not wait for circumstances to align before she feels grateful. Instead, she chooses to embody gratitude, trusting that it will align her reality with her desires. Though her path may seem solitary, she is never truly alone. She is acutely aware of the divine presence that accompanies her every step, a presence that reassures her, uplifts her, and fills her with an unshakable sense of peace. She communes with this presence in silence, seeking guidance and strength from the infinite source of all that is. She knows that she is supported, loved, and cherished by a power far greater than herself, and this knowledge fuels her courage to keep moving forward. Her journey is one of self-discovery and self-mastery. As she walks, she sheds the layers of fear, doubt, and limitation that have been imposed upon her by the world. She emerges as her authentic self, radiant and unencumbered by the weight of expectations. She becomes a beacon of light, inspiring others not through words, but through the quiet strength of her example. Her life is a testament to the truth that we are all capable of greatness when we align ourselves with our divine purpose. She is not concerned with the outcome of her journey, for she understands that the destination is not as important as the transformation that occurs along the way. Each step she takes brings her closer to her true self, the divine essence that resides within her. She walks not to achieve but to become, to unfold the infinite potential that lies dormant within her. Her journey is an act of faith, a declaration of her trust in the divine plan that guides her life. The woman who walks alone understands the power of surrender. She does not cling to her desires with desperation, for she knows that desperation repels what she seeks. Instead, she releases her intentions to the universe with confidence, trusting that they will return to her in perfect timing and form. She is at peace with the unfolding of her life, knowing that every experience, whether joyful or challenging, is a necessary part of her journey. Her solitude is not a sign of weakness but of strength. It takes courage to walk alone, to face the world without the safety net of companionship or validation. Yet she does so with grace and dignity, knowing that her path is divinely ordained. She does not fear being misunderstood, for she understands that her purpose is not to conform but to transform. Her life is a reflection of her inner world, a testament to the power of faith, intention, and alignment with the divine. In every step she takes, she embodies the truth that we are all creators of our reality. She reminds us that our power lies not in external circumstances, but in the inner conviction that we are one with the infinite source of all that is. She teaches us that to walk alone is not to be forsaken, but to be free, to be aligned with the divine purpose that calls us to our highest potential. Her journey is not one of isolation, but of profound connection to herself, to the universe, and to the divine. She is a living example of what it means to walk in faith, to trust in the unseen, and to create a life that reflects the deepest desires of the soul. The woman who walks alone is not defined by her solitude, but by her strength, her vision, and her unwavering belief in the power of the infinite within her. She is a reminder to us all that we are never truly alone, for the divine walks with us every step of the way. The woman who walks alone embodies an unyielding spirit, one that knows that solitude is not a burden but a gift. In her solitude, she has found a deeper connection to herself, a realm where she is free to explore the vastness of her thoughts, dreams, and desires without interference. She does not seek to fill her life with noise or distractions, for she knows that clarity comes in the quiet moments. It is in those moments of stillness that she touches the infinite and draws from it the courage to keep walking. Her steps are deliberate and purposeful, not rushed by the urgency of others or the pressure of expectations. She walks at her own pace, understanding that there is no competition in the path that has been set for her. Her journey is uniquely hers, carved by the divine for her growth and fulfillment. She trusts that every twist and turn, every pause and leap has been orchestrated for her highest good. She does not question the road, even when it feels uncertain, for she knows that uncertainty is the soil in which faith takes root. The world often sees solitude as something to be avoided, something to escape from in fear of being alone. Yet she has embraced it as her companion, knowing that it is in solitude that she has found her truest self. She has learned that being alone is not the same as being lonely. Loneliness comes from feeling disconnected, but she is never disconnected. She is tethered to the infinite source of love, wisdom, and creativity that flows through her. This connection fills her with a sense of belonging that no external relationship could provide. As she walks, she listens not to the chatter of the world, but to the whispers of her soul. Her inner voice is her compass, guiding her with gentle nudges and profound insights. She has learned to trust this voice, even when it leads her down paths that others might not understand. She knows that her journey is not meant to be understood by all that is sacred, personal, and divine. She does not seek validation for the choices she makes, for she knows that her alignment with the infinite is the only validation she needs. Her strength is not loud or boastful, it is quiet, steady, and unshakable. She does not feel the need to prove her worth to the world, for she knows that her worth is inherent. She has nothing to prove and nothing to defend, for she stands firm in the truth of who she is. She is a woman of substance, one who has discovered that her value lies not in what she does or achieves, but in her very being. She walks with the grace of someone who knows that she is enough, just as she is. The woman who walks alone does not fear the unknown. She embraces it, knowing that it is in the unknown that new possibilities are born. She sees life as an adventure, a journey of discovery where each step reveals a new facet of her infinite potential. She is not attached to the outcomes, for she understands that the journey itself is the destination. She walks not to arrive somewhere, but to become something, to become the fullest expression of the divine within her. In her solitude, she has learned the power of imagination. She understands that the mind is a fertile ground where seeds of thought are planted, nurtured, and brought to life. She uses her imagination to create a vision of the life she desires, holding it with unwavering faith and clarity. She does not let doubt creep in, for she knows that doubt is the thief of creation. Instead, she nurtures her vision with love, gratitude, and trust, knowing that it is already hers. Her faith is her anchor, the force that keeps her grounded when the storms of life rage around her. She does not fear the storms, for she knows they are temporary and that they serve to strengthen her. Each challenge she faces becomes a stepping stone, lifting her higher and bringing her closer to her true self. She does not resist the difficulties, for she knows that resistance only prolongs them. Instead, she embraces them with an open heart, trusting that they are part of the divine plan for her life. The woman who walks alone is a creator, not a bystander. She does not wait for life to happen to her. She takes an active role in shaping her reality. She understands that her thoughts, emotions, and beliefs are the tools of creation, and she uses them with intention and precision. She does not dwell on what she does not want, but focuses on what she desires, knowing that where her attention goes, energy flows. She aligns herself with the vibration of her desires, becoming a magnet for all that she seeks. Her solitude has taught her the art of surrender. She does not cling to her desires with desperation, for she knows that desperation pushes them away. Instead, she releases them to the universe with confidence, trusting that they will return to her in the perfect time and form. She is not attached to how or when her desires will manifest, for she knows that the divine plan is far greater than anything she could imagine. Her trust in the universe is complete, and this trust brings her peace. Though she walks alone, she is never without support. She is surrounded by the unseen forces of love, wisdom, and guidance that walk with her every step of the way. She feels their presence in the synchronicities, the signs, and the gentle nudges that remind her she is on the right path. She is not afraid to ask for guidance, knowing that the universe is always listening and responding to her call. She walks with the assurance that she is divinely supported and deeply loved. The woman who walks alone is not defined by her solitude, but by her strength, her courage, and her unwavering faith. She is a beacon of light, a living example of what it means to walk in alignment with the divine. Her journey is not about achieving external success, but about becoming the truest version of herself. She reminds us all that the path to greatness often requires walking alone, not because we are forsaken, but because we are being prepared for something greater. As she continues her journey, she becomes a vessel through which the divine flows. Her life is a reflection of the infinite potential that lies within us all, a testament to the power of faith, imagination, and alignment. She does not walk for herself alone. Her journey is an inspiration to others, a reminder that we too can walk our paths with courage, grace, and trust. The woman who walks alone is not an exception but an example, a living embodiment of the truth that we are all creators of our destiny. In her solitude, she has discovered the profound truth that we are never truly alone. She walks with the infinite, the source of all creation, and this knowledge fills her with peace. Her journey is a dance with the divine, a sacred exploration of the limitless possibilities that lie within her. She walks not because she has to, but because she chooses to, embracing the beauty and power of her path. She is the woman who walks alone, not in isolation, but in communion with the infinite, a reminder that we are all one with the source of all that is. The woman who walks alone is not merely a figure of solitude, but a living testament to resilience, authenticity, and the boundless depths of human potential. Her journey is not dictated by the expectations of society or the validation of others. Rather, it is shaped by an unwavering belief in her divine purpose. She carries with her a quiet strength, one that does not shout but resonates deeply with anyone who takes the time to truly see her. Each step she takes on her solitary path is filled with intention. She understands that her walk is not aimless but divinely orchestrated. She sees herself not as a wanderer, but as a seeker, one who embraces the mysteries of life with open arms. She knows that every experience, whether joyful or challenging, is a piece of a greater puzzle. These moments of solitude give her the space to reflect and see the intricate patterns being woven into her existence. She does not despair in the silence, she thrives in it, for it is here that she communes with the infinite. The world often misunderstands her journey. They may perceive her solitude as a sign of weakness or loneliness, but she knows otherwise. She is not walking alone because she has been abandoned or left behind. She walks alone because her path requires it. It is a path that demands introspection, courage, and an unshakable connection to her inner self. She has learned that true strength is not found in numbers, but in the ability to stand firm in her convictions, even when no one else stands with her. Her solitude is not a void, but a sacred space where she can hear the whispers of the divine. In the stillness, she feels the presence of the infinite, guiding her and affirming that she is never truly alone. This connection sustains her, filling her heart with a profound sense of peace and purpose. She knows that the journey within is just as important as the journey outward. It is within herself that she finds the answers to the questions that others cannot answer for her. The woman who walks alone is deeply attuned to the power of her thoughts and imagination. She knows that her mind is not a passive observer of her reality, but an active participant in shaping it. Every thought she nurtures, every belief she holds, and every vision she creates contributes to the unfolding of her life. She uses her imagination not as an escape, but as a tool to design the life she desires. She sees herself already living in the reality she seeks, knowing that what she envisions with clarity and conviction will inevitably manifest. Her faith is the bedrock of her existence. She does not rely on the approval or support of others to validate her journey. Her trust in the divine is enough. This faith is not blind or naive, but deeply rooted in her understanding of universal laws and principles. She knows that the universe is abundant, and she trusts that everything she needs will come to her at the right time. She does not fret over delays or obstacles, for she knows that they are part of the process, preparing her for the fulfillment of her desires. Her walk is not one of isolation, but of liberation. She has freed herself from the need to conform to societal expectations or to fit into a mold that was never meant for her. She is not concerned with pleasing others or gaining their approval. Her focus is on living a life that is true to herself. This freedom allows her to explore her passions, express her creativity, and pursue her dreams without fear of judgment or rejection. She walks with confidence, knowing that her authenticity is her greatest strength. The woman who walks alone has also learned the value of patience. She does not rush through life, trying to force things to happen before their time. She understands that everything unfolds according to divine timing, and she trusts that what is meant for her will never pass her by. This patience is not passive but active. It is a quiet confidence that allows her to wait with grace and gratitude. She does not measure her progress by the standards of others, but by her own inner sense of alignment and fulfillment. Her journey is a testament to the power of resilience. She has faced challenges that would have caused others to falter, yet she continues to walk with unwavering determination. She knows that every setback is an opportunity to learn, grow, and become stronger. She does not dwell on her failures or allow them to define her. Instead, she uses them as stepping stones to reach greater heights. Her resilience is not just physical or emotional but spiritual, rooted in her unshakable belief in her own divinity and the infinite possibilities that lie before her. The woman who walks alone understands the importance of gratitude. She does not focus on what she lacks but on the abundance that already exists in her life. She knows that gratitude is the key to unlocking even greater blessings, and she practices it daily, finding joy in the simplest moments. This attitude of gratitude transforms her perspective, allowing her to see beauty and opportunity where others might see only challenges. It is this mindset that keeps her grounded and optimistic, even in the face of uncertainty. Though she walks alone, her life is rich with meaning and connection. She may not have a large circle of friends or constant companionship, but the relationships she does have are deeply meaningful. She surrounds herself with people who uplift and inspire her, and she does not waste her energy on those who drain her. Her solitude has taught her the value of quality over quantity, and she cherishes the genuine connections she has cultivated. The woman who walks alone does not see her journey as a sacrifice, but as a privilege. She knows that the path she has chosen is not for the faint of heart, but it is the one that will lead her to the highest version of herself. She embraces the challenges, the solitude, and the unknown with open arms, knowing that they are all part of her divine destiny. Her walk is not just a journey for herself, but a beacon of hope and inspiration for others who are seeking their own paths. As she walks, she leaves behind a trail of light, a reminder to all who see her that it is possible to walk alone and still be whole, strong, and fulfilled. Her life is a testament to the power of faith, imagination, and authenticity. She is not defined by her circumstances or her relationships, but by her unwavering commitment to her own truth. She is a living example of what it means to live a life aligned with the divine, a life that is not dictated by fear but guided by love. The woman who walks alone is not an enigma or an exception. She is a reflection of the potential that exists within all of us. Her journey reminds us that we too have the strength, courage, and wisdom to walk our own paths, even when they lead us away from the crowd. She shows us that solitude is not something to fear, but a gift that allows us to connect with our true selves and the infinite source of all creation. Her walk is a celebration of the human spirit and a testament to the divine power that resides within us all. The woman who walks alone embodies the quiet yet profound truth that solitude is not a burden but a sanctuary, a place where the soul finds its deepest resonance. Her steps, unaccompanied by the clamor of others, are filled with a rhythm that speaks to her divine alignment. She walks with a purpose that transcends the physical, driven by an inner voice that cannot be silenced by the noise of the world. Her path is often misunderstood, as society tends to equate being alone with being lonely. Yet she knows there is a profound difference between the two. Loneliness is a longing for something external to fill an internal void, while solitude is the fullness of self-discovery and divine communion. In her solitude, she finds the space to listen to the whispers of eternity, to feel the gentle pull of her soul toward its highest potential. She is not alone in the sense that she is abandoned. She is alone in the sense that she has chosen to walk a path that few dare to tread. Her walk is an act of courage, for it requires her to face herself in her entirety. In solitude, there is no one to distract her from her own thoughts, no noise to drown out the questions that arise from within. She confronts her fears, her doubts, and her insecurities, not with resistance but with acceptance. She knows that to heal, one must first acknowledge. To grow, one must first face the shadows. She does not shy away from this process, for she understands that it is through the crucible of self-awareness that the soul is refined. Her imagination is her sanctuary, a sacred space where she envisions the life she is creating. She understands that the outer world is but a reflection of the inner, that the reality she experiences begins first in the realm of thought. She does not merely dream, she embodies her dreams, walking as though the life she desires is already hers. She carries herself with the confidence of someone who knows that what she seeks is seeking her. Her faith in this truth is unshakable, and it fuels her journey with a quiet yet formidable power. The woman who walks alone does not measure her worth by the standards of others. She has freed herself from the need for external validation, knowing that her value is inherent and unchanging. She does not seek approval or recognition, for she understands that true fulfillment comes from within. Her worth is not tied to her accomplishments or the opinions of others, but to her unwavering connection to the divine. She walks with the knowledge that she is enough, just as she is, and that her existence is a gift to the world. Her faith is her anchor in times of uncertainty. She does not waver in her trust in the divine, even when the path ahead seems unclear. She knows that every detour, every delay, and every challenge is part of a greater plan. She does not resist the unfolding of life, but embraces it, knowing that everything is working for her highest good. Her faith is not blind, but deeply rooted in her understanding of universal principles. She knows that what she sows in thought and belief will manifest in her reality, and she sows with intention and love. Her solitude is not a rejection of others, but a recognition of the need to nurture herself. She values her relationships and cherishes the connections she has, but she also understands that she cannot pour from an empty cup. Her time alone is not a withdrawal, but a replenishment, a way to ensure that she can give to others from a place of wholeness. She does not feel the need to explain or justify her solitude, for she knows that it is a vital part of her journey. Her resilience is a testament to her strength. She has faced moments that would have broken others, yet she continues to rise. She does not allow setbacks to define her, but uses them as opportunities to learn and grow. She understands that the challenges she faces are not obstacles but stepping stones, each one bringing her closer to her goals. Her resilience is not just a physical or emotional quality, but a spiritual one, rooted in her unwavering belief in her ability to overcome. The woman who walks alone is deeply attuned to the beauty of life. She sees the divine in the ordinary, finding joy in the smallest moments. She does not wait for grand events to feel gratitude, but cultivates it daily, knowing that it is the key to unlocking greater blessings. Her appreciation for life's simple pleasures enriches her journey, making every step a celebration of existence. She carries this gratitude with her, radiating it to all she encounters, even if her path does not intersect with theirs for long. Her walk is a living prayer, a constant communion with the divine. She does not need words to express her faith. Her every step is an affirmation of her trust in the universe. She walks with humility, knowing that she is both a part of the whole and a unique expression of it. She carries the awareness that her journey, though solitary, is connected to the greater fabric of life. Her walk is not just for herself, but for all who are inspired by her courage to walk their own paths. The woman who walks alone is not afraid of her own company. She has learned to enjoy the silence, to find peace in the stillness. In this space, she hears the voice of her soul, guiding her toward her purpose. She does not fill her time with distractions, but uses it to deepen her understanding of herself and the world around her. She knows that solitude is not a void but a canvas, a space where she can create, imagine, and grow. Her journey is not one of isolation but of liberation. She has freed herself from the chains of conformity and the need to fit into societal molds. She walks her path with authenticity, knowing that her uniqueness is her greatest strength. She does not seek to emulate others, but to be the truest version of herself. Her walk is a celebration of individuality, a reminder that each of us has a unique purpose and a path that only we can walk. As she continues her journey, she leaves behind a legacy of inspiration. She shows others that it is possible to walk alone and still be fulfilled, to face challenges and still be strong, to embrace solitude and still be deeply connected. Her life is a testament to the power of faith, imagination, and authenticity. She is not just a woman who walks alone, she is a beacon of light, a symbol of what is possible when we trust in ourselves and the divine. And so her journey continues, not as a lonely wanderer, but as a sovereign soul, charting her course with courage and grace. She walks not in search of something she lacks, but in celebration of all that she is. Her steps, though solitary, resonate with the rhythm of eternity, a reminder that she is never truly alone. She carries with her the wisdom of her journey, the strength of her spirit, and the boundless possibilities of a life aligned with the divine. In her solitude, she finds her wholeness, and in her wholeness she inspires us all. There is an undeniable power in her walk, a force that comes not from the approval of others, but from the wellspring of her own soul. She understands that the world often underestimates the quiet resilience of those who journey alone. In her solitude, she discovers that true power lies not in the noise we make, but in the clarity we find when the world is still. Her strength is quiet, yet it speaks volumes. Her confidence is subtle, yet it commands attention. Her steps are guided by an unwavering trust in the divine plan for her life. She does not need to see the entire path ahead to take her next step. She knows that each step will reveal itself in due time. This trust is not a blind leap, but a deep-seated conviction that the universe conspires in her favor. When doubts arise, she does not waver, but gently reminds herself of the times when faith carried her through. Her journey is a testament to the truth that those who walk in alignment with their higher purpose are never truly alone. The woman who walks alone is deeply connected to her inner wisdom. She has learned to trust her intuition, to listen to the quiet whispers of her soul that guide her toward her highest good. This inner guidance is her compass, steering her through the complexities of life with clarity and grace. She does not seek answers outside of herself, but turns inward, knowing that the wisdom she seeks has been within her all along. This self-reliance does not make her distant, it makes her whole, allowing her to engage with the world from a place of authenticity and strength. Her walk is an act of self-love, a declaration that she values herself enough to honor her own journey. She does not compromise her integrity to fit into the expectations of others. Instead, she stands firm in her truth, knowing that the greatest gift she can offer the world is her authentic self. This self-love is not selfish but deeply generous, for it allows her to give to others from a place of abundance rather than lack. She knows that when she is aligned with her true self, she becomes a source of light and inspiration to those around her. Her journey is marked by moments of stillness, where she pauses to reflect on the path she has walked and the path that lies ahead. These moments are not interruptions but integral parts of her journey, allowing her to recalibrate and realign. In the stillness, she finds clarity. In the quiet, she hears the voice of the divine. She does not rush through life but moves with intention, understanding that the journey itself is as important as the destination. Her walk is a meditation, a prayer, a celebration of the present moment. The woman who walks alone is not immune to challenges, but she faces them with courage and grace. She does not view obstacles as barriers, but as opportunities to grow and evolve. When life tests her, she does not retreat, but rises to the occasion, knowing that every challenge carries within it the seeds of transformation. Her resilience is born not from an absence of struggle, but from her ability to transcend it. She knows that she is not defined by what happens to her, but by how she chooses to respond. Her solitude allows her to see the world with clarity, free from the distortions of external influence. She observes life with an open heart and an open mind, finding beauty in the ordinary and meaning in the seemingly mundane. Her perspective is not shaped by the opinions of others, but by her own direct experience. She moves through life with a sense of wonder, always open to the lessons that each moment has to offer. Her walk is a journey of discovery, not just of the world around her, but of the infinite potential within her. The woman who walks alone carries with her a quiet confidence that is both inspiring and magnetic. She does not seek attention, yet she commands it. She does not strive for recognition, yet she earns it. Her confidence is not rooted in ego, but in the deep knowing that she is aligned with her true self. This confidence allows her to navigate the uncertainties of life with grace, to face the unknown with a sense of adventure rather than fear. She does not need the approval of others to validate her worth, for she knows that her value is inherent and unchanging. Her walk is a testament to the power of faith, imagination, and self-belief. She understands that her reality is a reflection of her inner state, and she takes responsibility for the thoughts and beliefs she nurtures. She does not dwell on what is lacking but focuses on what is possible, knowing that her focus creates her reality. Her faith is not passive but active, a dynamic force that propels her forward. She does not wait for life to happen to her, she creates her life with intention and purpose. The woman who walks alone is a beacon of hope to those who feel lost or uncertain. Her journey shows that it is possible to walk a path that is uniquely yours, even when it defies convention or expectation. She inspires others to trust in their own journey, to listen to their own inner voice, and to walk their own path with courage and grace. Her life is a reminder that we are never truly alone, that the divine is always with us, guiding us toward our highest good. And so, as her journey unfolds, she walks with a sense of purpose and peace. She does not rush toward the future or cling to the past, but embraces the present moment with an open heart. Her steps, though solitary, are filled with the echoes of eternity, a reminder that her walk is not just for herself, but for all who are inspired by her courage. She is not merely a woman who walks alone, she is a woman who walks in alignment with the divine, a woman who walks with the fullness of her being. Her journey is a testament to the power of solitude, the strength of self-belief, and the beauty of walking a path that is uniquely your own. She reminds us that it is not the destination that defines us, but the journey, not the approval of others that validates us, but the alignment with our true selves. Her walk is a celebration of life in all its complexity, a declaration that we are never truly alone when we walk in alignment with the divine.